Hola amigos, what is up? This is Tails Firaga, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii. In today's episode, we're going to be starting up Zone 4, but first I have some things that I need to talk about. You'll notice that Gameland is freaking out again. That's because I've collected a bunch of red rings in Zone 1, Tropical Resort. So I did it in the first couple acts just to get some footage for it, because I figure I might as well try to go for 100% or get 100% done at some point in this Let's Play. The reason why I stopped before Act 4, however, is because Act 4 actually requires a power that we don't have yet, and we're not gonna get that for quite a while. But we do have a shiny new zone to go to, and for the first little bit of this first act, I'm going to just let the visuals and the music speak for themselves. Because this is the zone that keeps coming back in Sonic media, and there's a good reason for it. So yeah, this is Planet Wisp, and it's one of the more memorable zones in this game for quite a few reasons, in my opinion. Like, visually the zone is really good, I think. Musically the zone is fantastic. And it's also kind of one of the more important zones in the game, since this is, like, where the Wisps are from. So you kind of get that feeling of, oh man, I want to liberate the Wisps, I want to free them. And not from their mortal coil, I want to free them from the oppression of Dr. Robotnik here. Baldy Nosehair, I guess. Or Mick Nosehair. Depends on what you want to call him. You know, he's not picky about his derogative names. So here we have our new power-up, Pink Spikes. It's kind of an interesting power-up. I'm not huge on it, however. I think it's one of the, like, weirder power-ups. Mostly because it's just really, like, difficult to control. Because, like, you try to adjust for certain terrain, and it's just like, nope, you're gonna randomly slow down or speed up. It's weird to control. What isn't weird to control is Rocket, because you just shake and you go to the moon. And collect some lovely red rings for our, well, not red rings. In fact, we didn't actually collect most of them. So I'm actually going to drop back down. That guy was ready for me. That guy was a May player, and he was ready. I think that was like May's 5H that he just hit me with. Alright. Let's zip and zoom all the way to the moon, because this is also where a red ring is, and let's actually grab it this time and not... There we go. The second red ring. Is there anything down here? Okay, thank goodness there's things down here. Oh, I go this way. Interesting. Ah, because that goes here. Now, there is something that I need to admit. And it's a little embarrassing. This is where my practice for the game stopped. So, pretty much everything past this point is gonna be blind. Or not really blind, because I'll have, like, a vague idea of how it works. But it's the parts that I didn't practice. And I know what you guys are thinking, well, Tails, you're so bad at this video game, like, you can't convince me that you actually practiced it at all. And I'm just like, listen here, you cheaty motherfucker. Sometimes I actually do the things. Can I not? Oh. I was homing attacking in this form earlier. Weird. There we go. I don't need these elevators. I've got the power of a rocket. Hang on. Get in here. There we go. There's even a failsafe just in case. Because you can't get out of that normally. You have to get into that using sliding power. You can't slide up a wall. Not unless you're Spider Sonic, I guess. Well, okay, you could probably slide up a wall with enough momentum. No, I dropped down. I wanted to go fast. But instead, I just went down into the pit. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things about this zone. Including these cannons here. Don't fall down into death, though. It's a very inconvenient thing to have happen. Platform come back. I mean, you could blame it all on me. There we go. I hear the goal. Just hold right. Hope for the best. Okay, I guess you can also spin dash in this form as well. There we go. Lovely little A rank there. Oh, even better, an S rank. Because again, I am a Sonic the Hedgehog god. Incredible power flows through my veins. Never mind the deaths I had in the failed recording of this, just ignore those. I'm trying to. So now pink wisps are everywhere. Or at least the worlds that have them. So we can go back and use them in certain zones. But instead of that, how about we go do some more of this? I think, if I remember correctly, this is one of the more 2D platform-oriented stages. Which I guess makes sense, because we're starting in 2D platforming. Double jump. Alright, I'll do that then. Platform, raise me up. The elevator is broken. Just kidding, the elevator works. Exactly as intended. Get that red ring. I have no idea what that switch did. Oh, it gave us a lift. There we go. So, Planet Wisp is, like, I say that this is one of the more memorable zones of the game. And it's the one that keeps coming back for good reason, I think. Because it is just visually a very interesting zone. You have these, like, grassy open fields, but you also see that, like, Dr. Robotnik is a jerk, and... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone for that. Getting a little bit overconfident in my skills there. I'm just like, yeah, I can squeeze Sonic into that hole. That's a phrase I'm allowed to say on YouTube, trust me. But Sonic did not want to go in that hole. Sonic did not have any rings, and he died. He died at doing what he loved, going very fast. He actually didn't go, like, that fast, but... I mean, I think that if I were to write, like, Sonic's, like, the epitaph on his tombstone or something... Is that what it's called? The epitaph? I think that if I were to write that, I would just write, rest in peace, Sonic, he died doing what he loved. Going fast. Alright, let's try this again. So I can weave into this platform here from just there. And then I can take these ridiculous elevators. Yeah, they feel even weirder and, like, more cramped than, like, the Spring Yard Zone elevators. Go over here. Nice. So that's another power that we don't have access to yet, the purple power. We'll get it at some point, though. Purple is one of my favorite colors, so, like, I'd be bummed if we couldn't get it. There we go. That drops a bunch of platforms down, which we can then use to get up. You get down to get up. Sometimes, however, you get up to get down. Wait, why is it raining money? Oh. There was a guy there, and he's just like, "Hey, you look like you could use some cash, Mr. Sonic. Mr. Sega. After all of your arcades are shut down now because of the macaroni virus." I could go for good mac and cheese right now, honestly. Oh, hello. Grab that. And we're still missing a red ring, but we're pretty much at the end of the stage, I want to say. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, a bunch of Sega's arcades are shutting down in Japan because, like, I mean, everyone's quarantined. No one's gonna go outside because of the corona, and therefore, like, a bunch of arcades are shutting down. And when I heard that news, first I thought, wow, that sucks. And second, I thought, wow, I really wish that the GameWorks in Columbus, Ohio was still open, because that was actually a really fun experience. Apparently there's one in Chesapeake, Virginia, though, so maybe at some point. Once the world returns to, like, normalcy, maybe I'll be able to go to an arcade again. I think that's one of the things I like about, like, MagFest, is just, like, the feeling of an arcade. I'm spending so much time there. Alright, well, we're down here now. There we go. I should have checked what that prism did. But it's okay, because I can check what this one does. Not as cool as I thought it would be, but still pretty cool. Oh right, this place. I had a lot of unfortunate deaths here, I remember. I was a wee lad. There we go. There's once again, some 2D platforming jank here. So playing through this game, it doesn't feel like, oh man, as sterling as I thought it was. As like, oh, this is like the coolest 3D Sonic game out there, you know? It's got its fair share of jank, but I think a lot of Sonic games have that property, to be fair. Wow, I died right at the end. Now, I don't need to be going for, like, all the red rings and whatnot. I understand that. But if you're gonna put it right there, it's so tantalizing. It's teasing me. Its luscious curves are just like, hey, big boy, you want to forget to P-switch again? I have a feeling I'm gonna die a lot in this stage. And they're all going to be very embarrassing deaths. Because this is not a long stage. It's not really that hard of a stage. Hell, I probably even could just, like, ignore everything and just go do the stage proper. But no, I want to be Fancy Man. I want to be Fancy Man the Hedgehog. Just going, oh man, I'm gonna drop down with my powers and then be all like, I'm super cool. Like Sonic is known. I tried to adjust myself, but I adjusted in the wrong direction. It's like when you're adjusting your underpants. Like after they've kind of gotten into a weird position, and you're just like, yeah, I'm adjusting it, but I'm adjusting it in a weird way, to where it's like even worse than it started before. I also just noticed that these rings don't count as rings. Oh man, we'll go for your golden rings, sure, your fucking onion rings there, but no, the moment it turns a different color, it's not worth anything. Meanwhile, in Super Mario, it's just like, oh yeah, you got a blue coin? Well, that's worth 5 of them. And that's really... You know what I think is going on right now? Besides, like, me being very, very bad at video game? I think I'm also, like... See, I think it was the talk about Mario that made me remember, oh, Mario can grab onto ledges, maybe Sonic can grab onto a ledge. And then it's just like, no, you dumb shit, that's not how it works. Just because you're talking about Mario doesn't mean that Sonic, like, assimilates Mario's DNA into his body and gains Mario's powers. It's just a matter of, Tails, you're really bad at this platforming, which, to be fair, it's a little bit janky. Fuck. I keep either overcompensating or undercompensating. You know what? I'm not even gonna cut any of this out. I'm gonna cut a lot of it out. Alright, you might be wondering, wow, that was a really, auspicious time to cut there. It's crazy. I had to go to the bathroom. It's like, you know, I wasn't necessarily proud of that recording anyway, or that part of the recording anyway, but I had to take a pee-pee break. It was important. Sonic was gonna go from blue to green. Alright, so this is just another 2D platforming, like, P-switchy area. And from what I remember, the platforming is a little bit jank at times, so let's try to do this properly. Alright, I think I'm gonna hate this section. I already feel like I'm gonna hate this section. Okay, I'm back here. I left to take a pee break. I also reset my time so we could actually get a decent rank on this stage. Which might seem like cheating. But with this platforming, I'll take everything I can get. I say that the bosses are the weakest point of Sonic Colors, and I think that still stands. But this 2D platforming also has a tendency to be a little bit, jank. No, I'm not gonna be able to get up there. Alright. Boop, boop. Please don't touch me, sir. Social distancing, Mr. Spikeball. Switch here. There we go. And that launches us right into the gold ring. If I was a little bit faster on that, I probably could have actually gotten that red ring there, but... Again, like, you have to be careful with some of this platforming, because, like... Sometimes a 3D game just feels like it's not meant for 2D platforming. Like, you ever get that feeling? Like with Mario 64, for instance. I think that if you play Super Mario 64 and you try to do, like... Oh, you want to do the frickin'... Frick-frack fruggy-frugada-boop. God, what is it called? The Bowser levels. And the Bowser levels are kind of designed for a 2D experience, right? But you play them like a 2D Mario game, and it's just like, this is a little bit, like, unusual feeling compared to an actual 2D Mario game. And that lack of a one-to-one kind of throws you off. I also feel like, and this might be a little bit controversial, but I feel like Sonic never really was, like, built for precise platforming. I'm probably gonna upset, like, at least one person by saying that. Well, I've upset... that one person just got their revenge. Alright, let's try this a different time. There we go. Here. I'm upset. And the worst part is, like, I'm upset about it, but I can't tell if it's the game's fault or my fault. Because it's easy to blame, like, the game for being a little bit janky and stuff. Like, despite being one of the better 3D Sonic games, like, this game ain't perfect, I'll tell you that. But, like, part of it also feels like player error as well. Like, I don't just want to blame the game, I want to blame myself for it. If I'm making a mistake, I kind of want to own up to that mistake. But sometimes you just can't get that feeling, you know? Sometimes it's just like, nah, it really is the game's fault, and... yeah. Let's get this boy. It's giving me Rocket. But I can't move the camera at all, so, like, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, I'm going to space. There we go. Hey, that put us at the end. Nice. Let's not die. Okay, we're living. We're living. We're living. That's fine. It's A-okay. We survived. Ain't got no rings. Ain't got no money. How rich would I be if I just had a pocket full of, like, giant gold rings? First, you'd need a really big pair of pants, but second...
You know, as alien as this place is, there's something very Eggman-ish about it.
I think he's transforming it somehow, making it part of his theme park.
Attention guests, if you can hear this message, you are trespassing in an area still under renovation. If you are not a robot, please return to the main park areas and ignore anything evil you might have seen here. Thank you.
It looks like the theme of his park is universal domination and the conquest of alien races.
It's more than a theme, it's a reality. He's using them like some kind of living intergalactic gasoline.
That's pretty low, even for a sleazeball like Eggman.
Some displacement of indigenous aliens and destruction of natural resources may occur. Eggman Enterprises not responsible.
You getting any of that?
Yeah, they're totally freaked out. It sounds like they're in shock because of public transportation and a loony nurse. Oh no, wait, scratch that. They're in shock because of their planet's strange transformation and having been dragged across the universe.
Well, I still can't believe he kidnapped the whole planet. How did somebody do that?
They're saying it was either ice cream or a tractor beam.
Yeah, well, I'm going to guess it was an ice cream shooting out of those generators.
If it was, I would get one for back home.
Dude, I'd get two. Now, if everyone will excuse me, I'm going to put a stop to these renovations.
Alright, and there we go, some plot. Little bit of a disaster piece this episode, but again, these are the parts that I didn't practice, so I'm just going off of, like, whatever knowledge I've retained from 9 years ago, so Please bear with me on that. See you guys in the next episode, though. This is Tales of Faraga signing out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.